Time for another analysis. So today I want to talk about the argument between Mike and Will at the roller rink, and I'll also briefly look at how it compares to the argument that they had in the Wheelers' garage in season 3. Before this argument starts, we see a bunch of Mike trying to ignore Will. Like he's trying to go out of his way to act like he does not care at all about Will. Will brings up the fact that Elle has been lying to him and that she's being bullied at school. At this point, Mike gets kind of defensive, probably because he is just unaware of what's been going on with Elle, and that probably makes him feel like a crappy boyfriend. But he sort of takes this anger out on Will. Don't worry though, because he definitely makes time to look at Will's lips. After the bullying incident, Mike and Will are looking for Elle, and Mike, for some reason, gets really upset at Will, as if all of this is his fault. He also lists off a bunch of behaviors that Will displayed at the roller rink that supposedly ruined the entire day. Elle getting bullied didn't ruin the day. Will rolling his eyes ruined the day. Mike is really giving away a lot in this scene. Then we get a bunch of visual and contextual parallels to the fight in season 3. The scene in the rain literally looks like it's straight out of The Notebook. It is so incredibly romantically coded. And then they decide in season 4 to pretty much give us the same scene, just a different location. In both arguments, we see that Will feels like he's being pushed away by Mike and he's trying to grasp onto their friendship. And in both arguments, Mike says some stupid stuff and then instantly regrets it. Will asks Mike what has happened to their friendship. Why have they grown apart this way? And Mike kind of just deflects and reminds him that they're friends twice. Like, yeah, we know you're friends. You don't have to say it twice. This is very reminiscent of, it's not my fault you don't like girls. Will never really gives Mike any reason to believe that he thinks they're more than friends. Both of these arguments were given a good amount of screen time, and clearly a lot of thought was put into them because of how similar they are. These are two of the most dramatic arguments between friends on this show. Both times Mike comes back around and apologizes to Will for his behavior. These arguments feel like lovers' quarrels. If I looked at these arguments out of context, I would absolutely think that there was something more than friendship going on. The fact that this argument was included in season 4 shows us that Mike and Will still have a lot of unresolved problems between them. Even though they've been away from each other for a while and have seemingly drifted apart, they still have this issue. It seems to bother both of them, just in different ways. This argument shows us that this entire time since Mike has been in town, he's been putting up a front trying to act like he doesn't care about Will. But the truth is, he probably cares a little too much. But that's just a theory.